We work with hundreds of people all over the UK who are living with or caring for someone diagnosed with conditions such as young onset Alzheimer's disease, frontotemporal dementia, posterior cortical atrophy and primary progressive aphasia. The symptoms for all these conditions are really quite different, but what they have in common is they can affect younger people, usually in their 40s, 50s and 60s. But we also see people in their 20s and 30s.
Rare Dementia Support tends to work with people with young onset forms of dementia, so that's dementia that starts before the age of 65, with people with rare directly inherited forms of dementia, and particularly with people whose dementia starts with symptoms other than memory. So lots of people whose initial symptoms are to do with problems with vision, seeing what or where something is, with language, so either communicating or understanding, or with changes in their behaviour and their personality.
My mum suffers from posterior cortical atrophy, which is a form of dementia that affects her vision and her perception of things around her in the 3D environment. So things like opening doors, windows, operating a remote, a phone, everything we take for granted, even walking, making a bed, preparing meals, all this stuff has to be done for her.
These are people who are working, have families, and their lives are completely turned upside down. As these conditions are rare, many doctors do not have the skills to recognise the complex symptoms, and delays to getting a diagnosis makes things even more difficult for people.
I felt I couldn't tell anybody about it because I didn't know what was happening to me. It happened suddenly because all of a sudden I was doing things, going to work and then buzzing around, and I thought I was having a breakdown. And then I was embarrassed to talk about it. It took my son to tell me that I wasn't well. I suddenly realised it wasn't overwork, it was a disease.
The Rare Dementia Support Service, which is funded by the National Brain Appeal charity, really is the only service of its type in the world.
We work with people to give them emotional and practical support to understand their diagnosis and come to terms with and adjust to their new situation.
I've known the Walker family for many years. I know just how committed they are to making a difference to the many other families who've had first-hand experience of these devastating diseases.
We are delighted and very grateful to all of you at Iceland for supporting our campaign to build the world's first Rare Dementia Support Centre. For many years, the charity has funded Rare Dementia Support, and now we are working hard to create a state-of-the-art home for that service. It will bring together people living with a rare dementia with experienced healthcare professionals, as well as providing a service for pioneering research, artistic and cultural activities. Nothing like it exists at all at the moment, and it will transform the lives of people.
Our Rare Dementia Support meetings are a place where people can meet others who are in similar situations, as well as experienced and passionate professionals who provide guidance and useful information.
Not just supporting people with dementia, but understanding the nature of their conditions and conducting research both into those diseases and how best to support people.
I feel a lot better now because I recognise what I've got.
Your amazing efforts will help us to create a state-of-the-art Rare Dementia Support Centre. Nothing like this exists anywhere in the world.
Rare Dementia Support helps me and my mother basically through providing a network of people who live with the same challenges that we do, and that community has come together to help me and my mum overcome some of these challenges and understand it and help her live with dementia rather than just exist with it.
As well as providing support and guidance for those people living with a young onset or rare dementia and their families, it will be a space for pioneering research into these devastating conditions that will accelerate the search for effective treatments that are so needed.
And we know the Iceland community are amazingly passionate about the charities that you support. And we can't wait to hear about all the incredible fundraising challenges that you take on.
We are incredibly grateful to Richard Walker for taking on the immense challenge of climbing Everest, and to all of you at Iceland, the Food Warehouse, and the D-Side headquarters for your fantastic fundraising.
We are so grateful to colleagues in Iceland and the Food Warehouse stores for helping to make this happen.
You can climb your own Everest, even if it is going up and down your stairs or round and round your park. Good luck with all your fundraising, and thank you.
Get on your bike, get your running shoes out, do whatever you can. The money you raise will literally transform lives.
Thank you to everyone across the Iceland family for all your fundraising and support. We are so grateful.
My mum's an extrovert, I'd say, so she loves to be around people. So that means to me to see her smiling, see her happy, enjoying herself is really great. Even with living with dementia, she can still live rather than just exist with dementia, and that was my main fear.
I like life. A bit overbearing sometimes.
Yeah.
With my parties.
Yeah.
Thank you for making a difference. Thank you for providing support that is so needed.